What's up, YouTube? It's Jesse here. Well, I was going to do this video a couple days ago, and, well, I didn't like the video, so I decided to delete it and try it again. And I kind of went on a rant. If you've watched any videos on this channel, you might know what it's about. But, anyway, this is a video mostly about my CVA Wolf right here. It's an inline break action muzzleloader. This thing has killed a few deer now, a couple bucks, a couple does. It's been a really good gun. I have a blast shooting it. I'd like to upgrade the stock, but I kind of like the way it is. I can't remember what the name of this barrel is, but it's kind of the weather resistant barrel. It came with this additional little plunger, like for your palm saver type thing, which is really nice. It came with the Conus scope, which is okay. Once it's zoomed in quite far, it's a little blurry. I need to maybe try to adjust the eye relief thing and see if I can't get it any better. I've got, I don't know what this is. It's a power belt sling. And I guess with as much as I've busted on power belt, maybe I shouldn't be even allowed to carry that. But as you can see, I've got some on the table. So I've shot these out of it. And they actually do shoot fairly well out of this gun. They're very accurate out of this gun. I guess after all the comments and stuff I've had on the other ones, mainly just don't shoot 150 grain of pellets, which I've been shooting the white hots, which was kind of a thing that I saw on YouTube on muzzleloader.com, I think it was, with shooting power belts with white hots. And they do shoot good, and they do make a white powder blast out of the end of the muzzle, and they seem to be pretty accurate. But I moved on from that. I've had experiences with these particular bullets, the arrow lights. You can't really see it. These are arrow lights. These are copper hollow points. Do they actually call them anything else? And then there's also arrow tip. They're basically the same thing as these, but with a green tip. And the hollow points don't have the greatest penetration. The arrow tips, I think, might have better. And I've had them, but I think I gave what I had away. And these with 150 grain, I'm pretty sure just pancake on impact, especially if it hits a shoulder bone or a leg bone, and you're not going to recover the deer because it just disintegrates. It obviously still messes up the deer, but if they don't just go lay down and die, you might have some issues. But whatever. They're really not terrible. I would suggest if you're using those, only use 100 grain and don't magnum them up. Power belt's okay. I know I've got the 2 videos that say they suck, but I've not been using those for the last 2 years now, and I'm not going to use them anymore probably unless they come out with a better product. So what I have been using is the Federal bore locks. They're also a non-saboed projectile. They are copper. I'm sure it's not 100%, but they are copper, and with a polymer tip or a plastic tip, ballistic tip, whatever people are calling them. They've got enough ridges here where I'm pretty sure if you look these up or go on the Federal website, you can see the mushroom these have. It's kind of like the monolithic type bullets you see at all over, like the Barnes bullet. It's kind of similar to that. It is also a 50 caliber. And I don't really like the Sabos because they're not 50 cal, but and the reloading like they're a little harder to reload. But I do like these, and I have killed deer with these, and they work. I have not had a deer get away with me since I swapped to these. With this, I had a buck get away with me, and I think I hit it in the shoulder, which, I mean, right, at about 100 yards. These are pretty accurate, but, you know, I'm not a perfect shot. I'm sure there's a million YouTubers out there that are way better shot than I am, and, you know, show me how it's done and all. But, you know, not everyone's the perfect shot, especially when your adrenaline's going, whatever. And I just didn't have the best luck with that. I found blood, and eventually it ran out, and I never could track that buck down, and I was pretty upset about that. And that's why I have a video, or one of my videos, about power belts suck. And, yeah, it is what it is. So this gun right here says it's rated, it can go up to 150 grain pellets. I think most pellets say that not to exceed 100 grains. I'm not sure if the White Hots do or not. It's quite possible. I'm kind of trying to read the box real quick to see. But I shoot 150 out of it. I'm not seeing it on the box about... actually, no, it does say the maximum load should never exceed a total of 2 preformed charges. So it says that, but then again, this gun will handle it, so it's iffy, whatever. I don't see why you shouldn't shoot it, other than some projectiles may not be able to handle the amount of power. There's a guy on YouTube called Hootie Hoo, which I like watching his videos. He does a deal where he shoots 1 pellet, 2 pellets, and 3 through the chronograph, and it shows what they're shooting, and it's substantial, the difference in each step up. So if your gun can handle it, I think it's ideal to shoot a magnum load if you can handle and accurately shoot one. Some people, I guess, in my video may say I can't due to the last 2 videos I made about power belts sucking. I got this starter loader thing. That's pretty neat. Can't remember where I got it from. And I have a old Thompson center arms that I've shot a bunch of these older maxi ball 50 cals through. The wax is obviously all dried up. That was my grandfather's gun, so I don't really mess with it much. But it's kind of neat. 370 grains of just pure lead. I got this feeling that this works better than this. It obviously may not be quite as accurate, but when it comes to just fucking knocking them down, I got this feeling, for some weird reason, that just this regular lead works better than whatever this is. I don't even think that's like real lead. I think it's just like, I don't know. It's probably a lead composite, kind of like a cheap cast iron, and they made bullets out of it, whereas like this is straight fucking lead. Not to say that 150 grains or whatever these are, 150 grains aren't 150 grains, but they may not be 150 grains of pure lead. Whatever they are is a weak sauce in comparison to probably what straight lead is. And then definitely whatever these copper bullets are that Federal's making. And I will say that these are, after a 3rd shot or whatever, if you're just shooting them, they are a little harder to seat in the barrel than the power belts are. But I think that's because the way these are designed grab a little more of that powder or soot or whatever you want to call it on the barrel. I don't remember what the barrel length is on these. I don't really have all the data on this in front of me or the book, but it breaks open with this lever here. It's a little rusty in there. I swear to God, the more I clean it, the dirtier it gets. And then it's pretty easily turned out with just fingers for the breech. But I've never had a misfire with this. It's always shot. If at the end of the season, you don't have to shoot it. You can literally just push the powder and stuff out of it on the last day. I like that. I think it's just a little more user-friendly. I've been using these Federal 209 primers. Once it I'll be damned. Once it starts getting a little closer to hunting season, I like to just go shoot it quite a bit. I don't know why, but I just love shooting muzzleloader. So just putting them on paper is fun. I'll probably make sure it's sighted in for these again this year, and which these you cannot find these on the shelves this year. I'm not sure if it's just from the shortage or whatever, and Federal has got to redo some stuff in order to start producing these, but can't find them this year. But I'll sight in for these, and I'll probably still shoot the power belts just because I like shooting the gun, and these do make accurate holes on paper. Like power belts, I gotta say, if anything else, are very accurate on paper. They may not be the best killing device out there, but they are accurate on paper. And I would like to upgrade the scope, but it's I'm good with whatever the scope is here. I think it's good enough for what I'm going to do out of a muzzleloader. I've shot to 100 yards with this, but I think 150-ish is probably about what I would do for the max. But I would like to see more bullets come out. I would like to see more non-saboted bullets. There's one out there, I can't remember what it's called now. Darn, I can't think of the name of it, but it is a sabot, but it's all copper, and it's kind of like a power belt, the way it's like fluted or flared or whatever at the bottom. And you get a package of testing ones or whatever to push down the barrel and see which one grips the rifling the right way. And then whichever one grips the rifling, that's whatever size you should use. And it's within, I don't know, thousandths of an inch, I believe is what it is. I can't think of it off the top of my head now. But they are, I would like to swap maybe even from Federal to those. And there's a few videos on YouTube about them. Maybe if I get a little better at editing, I can put whatever the name is on the thing. If not, sorry, Google it, you'll figure it out. Or YouTube it. Anyway, this is my CVA Wolf black powder gun, white powder gun. I've actually not shot anything but white powder out of this. So that being said, I don't know, maybe it's more corrosive. I swear I clean this gun up as much as I can, and I just now opened it and it's rusty. Maybe they just, all of them are, no, I'm not going to say that. It's my own lack of cleaning it up, but I feel like I've cleaned this, at the end of the season I'll clean it, and then at the end of rifle season I clean it again, and I'm like, oh God, look at all that, and I re-clean it. And then by now it's next season, and I need to re-clean it even before using it this season. So I just feel like it just always clean, clean, clean. One thing I wish I had, and my other gun is open sights, but I don't really want to use it much at all because I don't want to have to clean it because it's my grandfather's gun, like I said. But I would like to have another one that is open sights. I'd like to find the open sights that maybe go on this one. Here, I don't know if you can see me pointing at that one. And then maybe I would like to upgrade to the Traditions Nitro Fire, I believe it was called. It takes the little cartridge that kind of looks like a shotgun cartridge. I think those might kind of be the next way to go. But I don't know. I love muzzleloader season. I feel like, you know, that's what gets you rolling into hunting season. It's really fun to shoot. They don't kick drastically. I mean, you can do the magnum load and it still doesn't just beat you up. I might compare it to like a 300 Win Mag or something. The first few shots with a magnum load don't kick or hurt at all. If you ask me, it's like more of a, I don't even want to say that. it just doesn't hurt that bad. I mean, it gets you, but I definitely 2 pellets though are totally doable. I can shoot non-magnum loads with the 2 pellets a lot better than I can the 3, as far as like not feeling the recoil after so many shots. But I've shot it, I don't know, 10 times in a row before, without it just devastating me. When I first got this scope, I was trying to adjust it, and it just wouldn't seem to break loose. I think it was the elevation, and I'm just turning it and turning it and turning it. And then finally, after like the 5th shot, it finally, I mean, I was clicking it over like 4 to 6 clicks each time. And then finally, all of a sudden, it finally adjusted while I was moving it. And then I still had to go a few more shots. And I think that was before I knew about the 1-shot sight in and all that stuff, which is pretty good. It'll at least get you closer. But, you know, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I've dissed Power Belt quite a bit, but maybe a little wrongfully so. I think they're good shooting bullets. They're accurate bullets. These hollow points and these are the worst penetrating out of what I've shot. These are 295 grain as well. And I think the arrow lights will penetrate a little better, and you'll probably get really good accuracy off the arrow lights. And I mean, they're a thumper, dude. It will definitely kill a deer. I did see a guy though, and I will tell you right now, he shot a deer at probably 120 yards with 2 pellets. He was using Paradox, not 777s or anything, but whatever the just regular old Paradox pellets are, and shot it pretty good. But it was a little far back, and he says that when he shot, between the time that the bullet reached him, that deer was able to move a little bit. And I know there's other people out there on YouTube that are going to say, shit, it's just an awful shot. But I think that shot would have killed the animal for sure, because it was a liver shot. But it didn't just sit right down and die. So he gave it a good 30 minutes, got right up. He had already reloaded at that point. Went the yardage, whatever it was, 120 yard-ish. It was a long shot, I do know that, for a muzzleloader. And when he got up to where the edge of the woods was, like he was kind of in a clearing, when he got to where the edge of the woods was, the deer was laid down, but looking back at him was starting to get up. So he shot another one at it, and the deer was kind of facing away from him. You know, the deer's rear end was pointing towards him, and he shot it at an angle. I don't know, I can't really do it, but anyway, shot the deer at an angle. And long story short, if it wasn't already too damn long, was that neither one of those bullets, even at 20 yards, exited that animal. And that was with these exact bullets. And I know it was kind of at an angle, but I personally cut that bullet out of the skin on the other side of that deer. And the other one was in the shoulder of the deer on the other side. So that being whatever it is, one was in the hide, one was in the shoulder. They were both kind of, I think, a little far back. I didn't shoot the deer, right? It wasn't me. But I'm just saying that these struggle to get full penetration on a deer and get an exit wound. Obviously, you may not want to, for self-defense, you may not want an exit wound. But when it comes to hunting and tracking, if you have an exit wound, it's more blood. The bullet probably still doesn't have that much energy behind it, depending on, especially muzzleloader. But I just feel like for hunting, this isn't my first bet. I would still hunt with these tomorrow if I could not get these. But you won't see me hunting with those ever again if I can help it. Especially if I can use that other copper type I'm just basically waiting till I'm starting to run out of these, or I can't find them anymore. Which I think they work great. I have not had an issue, and they are 270 grain, and obviously power belts, you can get a wide variety of what you can get from power belt. But anyway, YouTube, once again, I hope you liked the video, and like, subscribe, and comment. Thanks.